Good morning, evening, or night. These are all times of the day you could be wanting a cup of tea, and that's why you're here, to learn how to make English breakfast tea. And so in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make tea, what you'll need, the 3 main steps to follow, and what not to do. Okay, so why am I the one teaching you how to make tea? Given that I'm British and Indian, two countries that love making tea, I feel like I'm well qualified for this. And it's a fact that the average Brit drinks 876 cups of tea a year. Think about that, 876 cups of tea a year. That is a lot of tea. Now this doesn't mean Americans don't like tea, but 98% of the tea Americans drink is actually iced tea. Exactly, iced tea. To show you how much more British people love tea, when I was in England in high school, we used to have a designated 15-minute break time every morning just for tea. And by the way, all those facts, they were provided by an English YouTuber called Anglophenia on the amount of tea a British person consumes. And just to think about that, 800 cups of tea a year, that's more than 2 a day. Okay, so let's get on to what you'll need. What you'll need for this video, okay, you will need a kettle or a microwave or a stove, something to basically boil the water and make it hot. You'll need a mug or a cup, obviously, a spoon or something to stir with. Then you'll need milk. This could be any kind of milk, almond milk, semi-skimmed, all work. You'll need a tea bag. Once again, any flavor works really. And then you'll need some sugar. This could be white or brown. Okay, so let's get into the 3 main steps to follow. The first step is to boil the water. This is to be however hot you want it. I like my tea very hot. I already boiled the water to save us some time, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in. Okay, step number 2 is the tea bag. Now a question that a lot of people ask is how long to keep the tea bag in for. Well, the tea bag basically determines how strong or weak your tea is. If you want like really strong tea, you can keep it in kind of like 3 to 5 minutes. I like my tea a bit weak. I tend to keep it in for a minute or 2. So while we wait for that tea bag to soak, I'm going to tell you a quick fact. In England, we refer to a cup of tea as a cup of brew. So in the morning, you'd say, yeah, I'd like a nice cup of brew. That's an interesting new piece of terminology for you to use. So yeah, you just want to leave it in soaking for a bit. So after about 2 to 3 minutes, you'll notice that it's starting to get done. And then you can then proceed to remove your tea bag. And then here comes the next step, which is adding milk and sugar. Now, once again, the milk determines how weak or strong it is. I prefer my tea really weak. So I'm just gonna add some milk. Just a little bit is usually more than enough. And then sugar. People tend to prefer 1 to 2 teaspoons. I like 1 teaspoon of white sugar. There you go. Last teaspoon. And then you proceed to stir. So in summary, those are your 3 steps. Step 1 is to boil the water and pour it in the mug. Step 2 is to insert the tea bag and then wait for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'd say more on the 3-minute side, and then you'll find sugar and stir. Now, let's taste. That's a good cup of brew. Now what not to do. The one main thing you have to remember not to do is never reuse a tea bag. When you reuse them, they're no more concentrated, they affect the taste, it's just not good. Never reuse a tea bag. So different people drink tea at different times. Most people tend to drink them with biscuits. I personally like it with biscuits and while watching a football game. So yeah, you enjoy your tea. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't reuse the tea bag.